Thank you so much, everyone, for coming today. I'm really happy to see you here. And let me introduce a bit myself. My name is Alina, and I'm founder of IT company Jody. We do provide IT outsourcing services for European and American market. And also, from now on, I'm co-founder of Nobori. It's brand visibility and AI startup, because I do really believe that your business is dead if you're not showing up in ChatGPT answers. And I would like to also briefly introduce speakers. Let's proceed with you, Anastasiia. Could you please share a bit more about your experience and generally about you? Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Anastasiia, and I'm head of security engineering at Cossack Labs. I have a background in software development. I am working in IT for almost 15 years. I do a lot of software security, hardware security, and my specialization is cryptography, like applied cryptography. Right now, I am leading a huge team of security engineers. We are building and breaking sophisticated, complex systems in AI, robotics, defense, systems that control the lives of other people.
Hi, my name is Nataliya. I'm engineering manager at Netflix, so please visit our booth. I joined Netflix more than 2 years ago, and I joined as first engineering manager. So it was crazy experience about building all the engineering teams at Warsaw. I would say, additionally, I'm a huge fan of mentoring, so I'm also mentoring different programs. But in my free time, I'm feeding my cat or doing Pilates.
Thank you so much for introduction. And could you please share your IT journey and who helped you during this journey? Let's start with Anastasiia.
Okay, this is because I'm a redhead one, right? Yeah, so as I mentioned, I have a background in computer science. Basically, this is what I wanted to do since I was a kid, except my other dream was to become a neurosurgeon, but software development was easier for me. So I got a master's degree in computer science. I started working while I was in the university. Fun fact, my mom and my dad, they were at the same university getting computer science degree like 25 years before me. So we have a joke that this is a dynasty, like we're working on dynasty of people that studied in Ukrainian KPI, Kyiv Polytechnic University. And then when I was doing a lot of software, at some point I was creating more and more sophisticated systems. I started to lead a team of developers that work on different technologies and on different scale. And once the scale was getting bigger and bigger, I started thinking that me as a developer, as a lead of the team, should not have all these accesses that I have right now. I should not be able to review production databases, right? Something is not right here. And I remembered all my background from university. I remembered about cybersecurity, and I got into, and I suddenly realized that cybersecurity is a whole separate domain. Incredibly interesting, much more interesting than software development, to be honest. Because you not only get to create systems, but also to break systems, to work with other people's creations. And I stopped doing development. It was like transitional process, and started doing cybersecurity really, really a lot. I could say that it's not like there was one person who helped me. No, I got really nice colleagues through all my journey. I was just curious. I went to different conferences and meetups, and I saw that people are doing crazy things, and I also want to do crazy things. So that's how it happened.
Thank you. What about you?
I think it was very similar. I have older sister, and she was studying computer science. So I wanted to study in Kyiv, in the same university as my sister, because to follow the roots. But 12 years ago, my dad was like, maybe we'll move to Poland. I was like, okay, it's fine, no problem. So I started, and I was studying in Rzeszów, computer science. I would say, if from my perspective, all what I was doing in day-to-day work, everything, I needed to learn on my own. But it was excited to meet with other passionate engineers, collaborate, learn together or something, prepare for exams. I hate the time, but I think 8 years ago when I moved to Warsaw and joined my previous company, I finally learned what is to be an engineer, not just programmer, coder or something. I got assigned a mentor, and he was a great mentor for, I think, at least 3 months. We were programming on his or my laptop every day. I don't know how he managed to listen to all my complaints every day, but it was a time when, like, I think after 2 years working in different companies, it was the time, okay, it clicked. Now I get what being a software engineer means. So it was a great time. In a few years, I became that guy manager. And 1 year later than me, he joined Netflix, and currently he's in my team.
By the way, funny story. When I was a junior engineer, I had my mentor, like a senior engineer, and I was asking him so many questions, how things work, what I should do. He was very, very patient guy. But on some point, he was like, Anastasiia, stop asking me questions, just Google it. And it was like a light, like a light bulb. And I was like, great, I can Google things. I don't need other people to answer all my questions. I can Google things. And right now, with all this AI, with all this, it's even easier, right? There is no one who is smarter and can answer all your questions. No, if you need something, you can just Google it. You can look around. You can ask many, many people. And I was like, yes, that's my responsibility, how to actually learn things.
It feels like you told the story about me, because when I was trainee, I was like asking a lot. I was so annoying, because I wanted to know everything. Yeah, and I was that person as well. But then I was like, okay, I have to go to the Stack Overflow, Okay, people probably right now not going to the Stack Overflow anymore. Who knows what is Stack Overflow? Okay, nice.
Yeah,
I feel you guys. Okay, actually about my past, it wasn't typical at all. I've been thinking after my school if I would go to the chemistry, become a doctor, or IT. And here we are, as we all know, I have decided to go to the software engineering, and because math was my really lovely at school. And looking back to my career as a developer, all the time I had a mentor. I've been working at Enix. You also can find booths here. I had a supervisor who helped me during my QA automation journey, I would say. And also I had my team lead who been supporting me through the transition from QA automation to the React Native. If you know, it's like two different fields at all. Also, I had academic supervisor who she was believing in me more than me actually, and I truly appreciate that, because she was pushed me so hard to different kind of competitions, and basically I will tell you that story later on. So I would also like to ask you a question. What would you do differently? Because as we all know, Stack Overflow is not anymore is a trend here. So what would you do differently if you started from scratch right now? Could you please give a pieces of advice? And what skills are currently needed? And what do you think about that?
I think I can start. From my understanding, what I missed in my first years of career, it was a guide or great mentor, someone who will help me to see what skills I'm missing, but also give me this power to believe in myself. Yeah, you can do a lot on your own, but I love mentoring junior, early starters their career, because all the passion you're seeing in them, and then it can change their board. But also for myself, if I had the opportunity, I will just starting with looking for a mentor, someone who is more advanced than me in the technology I'm looking for, or is working in the company. I really believe that it's the right culture for myself.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would say that if I were to start right now, I would go to even more meetups and conferences. I would take part in even more events because when I started, I was very scared, to get on the stage, to talk with people. And this is just a skill and you can build up the skill. And right now I'm thinking that if I were to build up the skill earlier, maybe I would have even more opportunities right now. I would say yes to any crazy idea and any crazy opportunity someone presented to me, or if I heard something and I would present it to my boss and say, I need to be there, I need to go there, I need to take this project, we need to do this. Because the more thing you know, the more thing you worked with, the better context you have. The better context means the better source for better decisions. You are doing much better decisions if you have enough context. But there is no way to gather context if you do the same work routinely all the time. So saying yes to different opportunities, trying different things, or creating opportunities and just telling people that you want to do this, I would do it much more if I were to start right now.
Thank you so much. On my point of view, if I would start right now, I would truly ask myself where I want to be in 5 years. Actually, when you're 20, I've been 20, so I wasn't thinking about future at all. Of course, I loved IT, I loved coding and all this stuff, but I wasn't thinking, okay, where I want to be in 5 years. And of course, that plan would help you to move forward with your goal. I would focus on English because as you know right now, we often have to, I have outsourcing company, we have a lot of vacancies in our pipeline, and we often have to reject great tech candidates because they do not speak English at all. Or they speak on lower level. So please pay attention there as well. And last thing that I would recommend here is AI. I would definitely, I would go there at least on high level, would understand what's going on there. So yeah, here is 3 things. 5-year goal, English and AI, at least on high level.
I think we can emphasize AI tools even more because right now what I didn't have when I was studying, when I was starting, is all the internet, the laptop that works for 12 hours without needing to power up, all these modern techs that we have right now that makes our life easier and more complicated. We didn't have this all. And right now, one of these examples are different AI tools. So I would leverage them really a lot. I would try to use them as much as possible, create mentor for myself, create a sparring partner that I can argument and find solution with, design system with, something that a tool that would give me ideas how to make better my code or my applications or my talks, right?
Because I think it's also about joining the communities. When I just started, there was no community in Warsaw, the city I was studying. When I moved to Warsaw, it's a bit more, but still nothing for early careers or something. Right now, there's a lot of communities you can join, online, offline. You can join the great conferences, learn from the speakers, but also look for a person who inspires you and can help you to find your path.
When I was writing the diploma, unfortunately, I had to write it myself, no ChatGPT at all. And that's why you're lucky right now that we have all those tools, and we definitely have to pay attention there. And community is a key because they at least could support you and help you.
I think we should not recommend people use ChatGPT when they write diplomas. No.
At least you can just check if everything is written correctly, Okay. Let's proceed. When you're starting IT career, what's the best environment for growth? Product company, outsourcing one, or small startup?
I think any type of company works if it is created and depending on your colleagues. If your colleagues are nice people that love their job, or at least not hate, at least not hate their job. They like what they're doing. They're not toxic. They kind of love each other. They love being here. They love working on what they're working. not depending if it's a startup, if it's a product that's outsourced, it's gonna be a good place. If the people are toxic, if they hate what they're doing, if they hate their colleagues, if they're not interested, if they just want, do nothing and get money, nothing wrong with that. But this might be not a best place to grow and to shine.
I would say it depends. I don't think there's like one best answer for this question, but from my recommendation, if you can find company, community which will help support your growth, because for example, like I'm mentoring junior front-end engineer for last 5 years. They join like very different companies, but the one who are the most successful, it's, for example, joined startup, but had a mentor since the beginning. So if you can have the community in work, people you will trust, which will support you, I think it will be amazing, whatever the company type will be.
Agree here with both of you, because there is no single option like to choose, but it's basically you have to pay attention like where you want to be in 5 years. If you want and you prefer to build your own startup in 5 years, definitely I would recommend to go to the small startup company and see how those processes actually are working there. If you want to get experience across the projects, outsourcing is an option for you. And if you want to grow and as a tech engineer with solid processes, not a chaotic one, I think product corporation like Netflix or any other opportunities that you can find in the market is the best option for you. So it's basically you have truly asked yourself like where you want to be, because it's like Google Maps, or like Uber. When you're going somewhere, you always putting like .b where you want to be. The same with your like every area in entire like life, like family, home, like tech sphere. You have to put your .b where you want to be.
And if you want to have crazy stories that you can't tell anyone, join cybersecurity teams. You will never be bored.
That's correct. That's correct. Unfortunately, no one is signed NDA here. No stories, but later on we could discuss that. Okay, thank you so much. Let's talk a bit about barriers. How to overcome that feeling that it's too late to start from scratch, to change your career, and dealing with that voice that you are not good enough. Who actually felt at any point in your experience that you're not good enough or it's too late? Please raise your hands. That's amazing. Yeah, let's talk about that, because that's amazing that you can truly answer yourself that you had that answer. So let's talk about that. Girls, what do you think about that?
I think that some people have this illusion that other people are smarter than us, funnier than us, have better opportunities than us. Sometimes it's true, but not always, right? Sometimes all these barriers are just barriers in our head. Sometimes we say that I cannot do this, I will not even try, I'm not enough. While maybe other people don't think that about you. And all you need to do is just say yes, ask questions, and maybe everyone is okay with you doing that, right? Maybe those barriers only exist in your head, and when you're saying that, you're kind of stopping your own. You don't need to stop your own. Other people will stop you, no worries about that. If something goes really wrong, other people will stop you, they will create you all these barriers, but don't do it like yourself for your own opportunities.
I would add, if we are talking about the question, is it too late? I think technology is changing so quickly that something what I was focusing 5 years ago is not relevant anymore. So if you are starting today and you have like some passion about something, it's worth trying it. Like it's way easier nowadays, I think, to start because you have more materials, more tools, like AI or like mentorship programs. It's where you can like make it move faster than like 5 years ago. So I don't think it's too late. But I think if thinking from comparing, I'm not good enough, it will be always with you. And I think it can be your best cheerleader if you're okay. Let's compare myself 5 years ago. Where have I been? And then you can feel, okay, I made big step. Like I changed the company, I learned a lot, I did this, that, whatever. But it's also about creating this bragging dog for yourself, not for showing your manager, whatever. It's where you can help yourself to know, okay, I'm good enough and I can help myself, I can be my cheerleader. You don't need anybody else for it.
I would also add that not all barriers, you don't need to crush all the barriers. Sometimes you just can, work around, overcome them. Your manager stops you from doing something. Talk with other manager, talk with other people, right? Maybe change the team, change the project. Because sometimes you don't need to waste all your energy of breaking through things that people kind of actively prevent you to do. That's okay, find another way. There are so many opportunities. The opportunities are endless, right? There are so many opportunities how to do things. So sometimes it's not worth it to kind of crush through.
I'll tell you my story. Once I had an experience when I was trainee engineer. I was working on internal project, and one day manager came to me and he told me that I wouldn't have been paid anymore because I'm working on internal project. At that moment, I felt that, maybe I'm not good enough. And I quit that job. And it was really painful, but nowadays my academic supervisor, she pushed me back then she actually believed in me, and she pushed me to apply for international opportunity for the competition. And I was thinking like me on the middle of nowhere, international competition really, but I just applied. And I won that competition, and I ended up I was studying at the university, and I've been working in Orange Polska. It's quite large company, and I'm like trainee, one of the 1,000 people, and I'm there. I was so happy. So at one moment I was broken, and I was thinking that I'm not good enough. And I understood that every ending is a great new beginning. That's what we have to think. If you feel bad, or you have to trust your intuition. If this company is not for you, just go and find new one, because every new opportunity is usually a better one. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm also a strong believer into fake it until you make it, right? Because there is no such thing as shared singular reality. No, you're creating a reality in other people's heads. By your words, by your actions. Fake it. When I'm hiring engineers in my team, if someone is motivated, they want to be here, they want to work with us, even if they don't know something, that's not a barrier, that's not a stopper, because I see that those people, they want to be here. They will learn the skills, they will learn how things work, but it's the main, like if they're motivated, I want to hire them. I want to work with motivated people. In the opposite, when someone really don't feel it, when someone is like, I don't care about this job. If you don't care about this job, why I need to care about hiring you on this job,
I think I will agree with you, Alina, about if you're feeling that it's not right place for you, like don't be afraid, just move from it, because if you will not move from it on your own, one day they will help you to move, or they will make you feel, okay, I'm not good enough, and even I'm the worst. I had this experience. I don't think it will be something I will recommend to anybody, but I think my move time was made too late.
Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next question. Of course, we all know that AI is not just a trend anymore. What about, has AI made your job easier or more complicated?
I'm joking that I wish for the day that AI will finally take my job so I can lie on a beach and drink pina colada and do nothing. Unfortunately, we are not here yet. So right now in my profession, AI, like AI tools, they create more things to do, like more work. At the same time, they simplify some things, right? So it's like a pros and cons. We at Cossack Labs, we use AI heavily. We have our own internal AI infrastructure to automate, to simplify routine things, because people don't need to do the same things again and again. I want my engineers to have free mind to work on more creative, complicated ways how to break the systems, how to build the systems. Let AI automate everything. At the same time, AI tools, they present new threats and they present new challenges. Right now, for example, when we are hiring, we see that some people use AI tool to do their test tasks. And they're very visible, it's very visible that they're using AI tools. Why? Because we put prompt injection in our test tasks, so we see if the results are just copied from AI tool, which has undesirable effects, because I'm wasting time of someone who didn't want to spend time to do the task on their own and just use AI tool, so.
Thank you.
I would say it's helping. It's making some tasks way easier, but I don't think it's replacing. And there's still a lot of job, especially when you need to talk as manager, talk with the people, help their growth. I don't think you can ask AI, okay, do it. Unfortunately, no. But it's also what brings me a lot of passion. It's helping other people grow, and I think it's a part of my day-to-day work, which makes me, okay, I know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, but I think some type of work is automated, and I think it's for better because you can use your mental power for better tasks.
Yeah, I agree here with you, because right now we do feel at interview same situation that some people uses AI so badly, because of course, I mean, we do not care if people would use AI or not, but you have to review the answer and at least do something for that tech task.
Yeah, as I always say, that AI tools, they are tools, and you are engineer who use those tools, and I'm hiring an engineer, not AI tool.
That's right. Let's talk about communities, and we already talked a bit about that. What do you think? Does taking part in a conferences and women IT communities really speed up your career growth?
I would say yes. It brings a lot of opportunity to connect with people. It's not about coming and listening to a speaker and being shy. It's a lot about coming, then asking speaker question or connecting with the people next to you. I recall that my referral to my previous company I got because I joined some community event, and the speaker was part of that company. So then I reached to him because we talked during the event. He was like, yeah, I think we'll be having a role. He introduced me to CTO of the company. They didn't have any opening for junior roles. They needed to create a separate process for me. But I tell hey, I'm active in communities. And it was like, okay, let's try. I failed first time. On the second, I got it. But I think without this connection, I wouldn't be there.
Yeah, we are here, so we are biased with the answer regarding conferences as communities, right? I think that it's very important to go on events, to see people, to talk with people, to build your own network. Because sometimes opportunities, they grow out of nowhere. Many things seem random. Just because you know someone, you asked someone, they asked someone, and they presented some opportunity for you, right? It looks really random, but actually it's a result of your chaotic actions that started when you went to some event. It's also very important to speak, to present talks in a small events or larger events, because when you have all this knowledge, when you do all this work, and you present your work in a way that is understandable by other people, you're forming new connections in your brain. You're developing a skill how to explain complicated things, because we are working in a complicated field. How to explain complicated field things that you are doing to other people. That's a very important skill. Unfortunately, AI is not here yet to help with that, right? So going on the conferences, going on the events helps you to build the network. Speaking on events makes you a better engineer because it improves how you think and how you explain things.
I really love conferences. Actually, this year it's my 10th conference, and I'm traveling a lot due to the business. But if I could say, unfortunately, when I was tech engineer, I wasn't that traveler at those conferences that much. But actually, conferences and IT communities are really helpful. You can gather new information, you can get inspiration, and you can get new opportunities. And it's always lovely to meet people. Actually, I have my personal CRM, not the business one, personal CRM, where I'm saving great connections across the globe because I'm traveling a lot, and I really love to connect and meet some people again in different locations. I would definitely recommend all of you to do that same.
I recall when I was a student and I cannot afford any conference in that time. So I was just reaching to organizers, hey, can I join as volunteer? And then you got the opportunity to meet with the speakers, help, and learn, and your connection is great. So I totally recommend it.
And sometimes you can write to a speaker if you know someone, or if you like someone as a speaker, you can write to them if you don't have money and ask, hey, do you have a +1? Because usually when you're speaking on the conference, you have another free ticket or a discount, so you can reach out to speakers and ask them if they can help you to get on the event.
At least to get any promo. Also, from other point of view, I'm partner of Women WAWTech. So we have 7,000 people, 7,000 women across the globe. And actually, it's really helpful. I've been in London. I wrote in WhatsApp group that I need some stuff. So they helped me. From other point of view, I asked some mentor if they could mentoring me. So it's really helpful to being a part of that community. And actually, next Monday we're going to have here in Warsaw another meetup. So write me about that. I will share information about that meetup as well. And it's really helpful. I would definitely recommend, because in 2016, when I was starting, unfortunately, I wasn't being able to find any community. I wasn't even aware that there is any community, to be honest. So. Yeah.
I think also conferences are the good exercises in time management. Because while it seems like we're on the stage, I'm working. A lot of things going on right now in all my work chats for all my teams and the projects. And when I go to some event, I create an opportunities for them. I delegate things. Then I analyze how it went, because I want to make sure that processes are going smoothly while I am a little bit busy. At the same time, in the morning, during the day, and in the evening, I have those sessions to read all the emails, to read all the messages, to answer them, right? So conferences is a great idea how to look at your workflow and maybe improve certain things, optimize them, or maybe stop doing something if it looks like too much.
What is most critical skill for women in tech right now? And what is specific experience made you feel stronger and boosted your confidence within your company?
I think it's a lot about the time when you move from doing the glue work, like team activities or something, when you're trying, okay, I will step up, I will share my point of view. I think I had two moments. The first was when my first mentor, when I was challenging, okay, I'm not good enough. I think I need way more mentoring, maybe more, half a year, it will be perfect. He was like, Natalia, don't be afraid to ask your question. Just step in and be part of the team. And then I started, I think it was my second month in the company, I started challenging my product team like about the decision we are making, and I helped to put different vision for our tool and like the project in that time. But I think very powerful moment for me, it was my second week as engineering manager, and I heard, you're not good enough, you're not on successful path. Without any additional comments, I tried to get more, but was like, okay, you just need to work on your skills. I was like, whatever, what should I do? But in that time, I reached to a mentor. I found her on LinkedIn. She was one way above me, like already I think on director role or something. And we talked about how I can make myself successful, how I can change my vision like for my day-to-day work, because moving from engineer role where you know what is success of the day, what you should do, where you should be part of, where not, and then you're one day manager and you're thinking, okay, it will be just a few more meetings. No, unfortunately no. So you need to define what is success of the day for you, but also how long-term you see yourself and your team.
And being proactive is like the main goal. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I agree with being proactive. I think one of the main qualities is taking responsibility on doing something and defining what this something is, right? Not just taking any responsibility, no, but saying, I want and I'm okay to do this, this, and this, and delivering those results, right? To build this like trust in the company that you are a leader and they can trust you with problems because you will solve those problems and you will give the results.
I would say that my most influential skill was communication. It helped me a lot, really. And I mean, because sometimes it's really more complicated to educate person to be more like soft skills than hard skills. So I would recommend to boost your communication, being curious about something, being proactive, ask questions. That's the, I think, main answer from all of us here. Okay, let's proceed and move on. What's the challenges as a woman in tech you faced during your journey?
Can we say curse words here? Let's put it this way. Stupid people. I think this is like the main challenges I perceived in my career. I mean, there are people who are not interested in your success, right? Generally, a lot of people are interested in your success because they don't care about you. So if you're saying, I'm successful, they trust you. But sometimes there are people who are toxic. They don't want to trust anyone. They don't want you to be successful, and they can create you all these barriers and all these challenges. And it could be a disaster if it's your mentor or if it's your manager. Like, why working with them? So yeah.
Agree here with you. I haven't faced any discrimination as a woman, but I faced this situation with stupid people. Sometimes I do think like everyone here faced it at any point. Who faced that during your journey? Okay. I mean, really? How about that? Okay. What about you, Natalia? What do you think?
I would say for me it was about discrimination, being a woman. I had experience not at Netflix. It's amazing company from this perspective with the support I'm getting. But I would say I heard from my boss that, hey, you have that engineer. He's male, he's older than you. Let me talk with him. And my engineers were amazing because all the time when someone from leaders, like people above me were reaching to them, like, talk with Natalia. Like, it was great support because I was able to show up and like then share like what is the best for my team. But I had few leaders, but I think just when I started my career, I got invitation for a dinner. I said like, hey, no. And then in that time, I was like every day looked at me like this, how you can. And then when I left that company, I heard that it's because I was heartbroken and like I cannot live without him. I was like, perfect.
Yeah, funny story. Like when I started Jody as a founder, every time when I'm just introducing myself to like people, some of them asking like, okay, who is your co-founder? I'm like, okay, I'm single founder here, and they're like, really? I mean, it's like outsourcing. Yeah, because it's really great that I have communication skill from business perspective and tech skill from tech perspective. That's why it combines like both, and it helped me through my entrepreneurship journey. And as a CEO, my main goal of this position is to solve difficult things. And usually, if you're talking about mentoring and so on, usually if I have really difficult situation, I'm usually going to some people who already faced it several times. And I'm like, okay, guys, what should I do there? And it's really important to have like mentor and invest your time, energy, and money in your growth. Okay, we have like 4 minutes left. Let's go and talk a bit about future. Have you already come up with any plans for next year? If yes, could you share some of them with us? And do you have any life hacks how to achieve those goals?
So I am coming back to Kyiv tonight. So my plans for next year is do not die, like try your best to avoid dying. Unfortunately, it's not under my direct control. So it's kind of number one, but let's go to number two. My plan item number two. I think for 2026, I want to do even more things that I'm doing right now. And the main challenge is that it's only 24 hours in a day, and I cannot feed them all. So I will definitely stop doing a lot of things because I want to do even more things. But to do something new, you need to stop doing something else, right? So my main plan is to, for this winter holidays, for holiday break, is to look at what I'm doing right now and what activities I can stop or delegate or minimize, because I want to have a space, a mental space and like physical time space for new opportunities, for new things, for new crazy projects, for new robotic systems and all the things.
What about you?
Like my team roadmap is ready. So like I can easily start my vacation, but I'm not the person who is planning the year for myself. But what I'm doing, actually, it's putting a word which should be part of like my year, like ambition or something. For next year, it's curiosity. Be open for something new, but do less of what taking out my energy, not bringing me joy. So do more things which brings me joy, and also rest well, because it helps my brain, and I think also all of your brains, to come with innovative ideas, be more proactive. I'm also planning a few courses. I love doing courses, but starting next Monday, I'm starting my vacation for 2 or 3 weeks, and then let's see.
Who here already planned the next year or like planning the year? Can you raise your hand? Nice, nice. Okay. Actually, I really like KPIs, and this year, I mean, so this year I was planning, this like wheel of balance. I'm trying to plan every area in my life, like tech, also personal, like with friends traveling and all this stuff, and even like sport. I was planning this year to achieve 100 times doing gym or other sport. I did almost 170, guys. I'm like, really? Twice more? So I would definitely recommend to plan like your life, not just about tech and courses, but also about your friends, about traveling with your parents somewhere for a few days, about every part of your life. And I even do that in my like PDF book every year, like review of the year, and next year as well. So if you want to have it as well, you can write me. And the main goal is that, when you have like, as Google Maps, right? When you have like this dot B, you could achieve it. You see that you are going there to the right direction. And let's proceed to the last one. What is one thing you truly hope for everyone in IT field and for all of us here today in the upcoming year?
So I believe that I want us to create even better AI tools. Remember, because we want to lie on a beach and drink pina colada and let robots do the work.
I would say it's more time for ourselves, where we can finally focus on what matters for us.
I want to wish you to believe in yourself so much, being inspired in what you're doing, because only when you're inspired by what you're doing, you can really achieve amazing goals. And I want to wish you to achieve your goals next year. And thank you everyone for coming here today. I'm really happy to see all of you here. And thank you so much and wish you a great day and for second day of the conference.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, girls.
Thank you.